Are you looking for the bargain ball head that's going to give you the best bang for your buck? I believe I can help. Hello YouTube, my name is Matt Spa and I'm a photographer, videographer, and tropical fish keeper in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't want my channel to become too gear focused, but at the same time I understand that gear is a huge part of how we work. And while it can have an effect on the quality of your output, it will definitely have an effect on your bank account. When I decide I need a new piece of gear, I go shopping, and I want to come away from that shopping experience with a solid, reliable piece of gear, and I want to get it at as reasonable a price as possible. That means there's going to be some trade-offs, but that also means that there's a sweet spot in there between good stuff and good value. When I actually buy that thing, if it performs above expectations or if it has features that I was not anticipating, I feel obliged to share that, and that's the case today. So, I don't want a channel that's focused on gear, but here's another video about gear. When I built my overhead video rig, the portable rig for shooting overhead video that I'll link up here, I picked a ball head that I had laying around the studio. It was a Benro IB2. It's a great ball head. When I decided to make a video about that build, that ball head was overkill, and it was so expensive that it probably would kill the budget for anybody who was thinking about building the same rig, so I went shopping. I can tell you from that shopping experience that there are a ton of ball heads out there, from 20 bucks to probably 20 grand if you dig deep enough. When I'm shopping for something that I can't pick up and touch and hold, I tend to immediately disregard whatever the cheapest thing in that category is. And I might miss some bargains that way, but to me, if hitting that low price point has been the driving factor in your product design, you've likely made more compromises than I want to deal with in whatever that product is. Was that convoluted enough for you? Enough. You're here because you want to see what bargain ball head I think is great. And this is that bargain ball head. It is the Innorel D30. Innorel, innovative and reliable. Can't argue with that. And for this video, even though I've been using this thing for probably 3 or 4 months now, I found the box and I put everything back in there so that I can call this an unboxing video with a clear conscience. Let's take a look. This is a small ball head, which fit my purposes perfectly for the overhead rig. I needed to shed weight where I could, but I needed something that wasn't going to let $3 grand worth of camera equipment hit the floor either. Inside the box, we have a quality certificate and a customer comment card. No instructions of any kind are included, but, I mean, it's a ball head. For a $30 piece of equipment, the box is surprisingly stout, the foam is sufficient, and the cutouts for each individual part is a nice little touch. In the box, we have a lot of goodies. The D30 comes with a pair of quick-release mounting plates. These are aluminum. They're nicely made. The little ring that helps you tighten them down without a tool is probably a bit on the spindly side, but I have not had any problems with it whatsoever. You also get a spring-loaded phone adapter. So this has 1/4 taps on the back and the bottom and a cold shoe mount on the top. Pretty nice. We have a handle with some foaminess on it, and we have a pair of knurled bolts to secure said handle. There you go. And 5, count them, 5 1/4 to 3/8 inch adapters. Of course, when all of this initially came to me, these were all nicely bagged, and I've taken them out. I've even lost one. Hang on, there it is. Alright. And last but not least, we have the ball head itself, which is really nice. It feels like something. It's all aluminum. The markings on it are very clear. The ball moves smoothly. It's not silky smooth like an anodized ball might be, but it functions as it should, and it locks firmly in place. It's got a 3/8 inch threaded receiver on the bottom and a nice rubber grip on the main tightening knob. It's just a nice little thing. The handle may seem kind of gimmicky, but I have found that it's actually quite useful both in the overhead rig and when I've used it on a slider. Because of the way this hole is, you can mount it from either side, which is a nice touch. Here's the thing that pushed me over the edge to make a video about this ball head though. Most ball heads have some kind of spirit level in them, and this one's no exception, but on the D30, the level is built into the knob that tightens down the release plate. Am I clueless? Is this a thing that's been around forever and I've just never had one that did this? The magic of this is that for my camera and for overhead use, it's perfect. In the overhead rig, I want to center my camera over the tabletop surface, and I don't want the camera angled in any way. I want the lens to be perpendicular to the tabletop surface to minimize distortion, especially if I'm using a lens with a short focal length. And this makes that so easy. With this on the end of the arm for the overhead rig, I can adjust this thing until it's just spot on in there and use the little handle if I need to. And then I know that my camera is perpendicular. I can move the rig side to side to get everything in place. So just, I don't know, maybe I just missed it and they've all had this forever, but none of my far more expensive ball heads have ever had that feature. And that's it, the Innorel D30. It's just a nicely built, solid little piece of equipment. It's great on a slider, it's great in the overhead rig, and it's very affordable. I hope this video was helpful to anybody who's looking for a good, inexpensive, small ball head. If you liked it, you can contribute to my digital dopamine habit by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and ringing my bell. If you have two friends, tell them all about it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.